Shalom and welcome to part 5 of this series, 2nd Esdras, the 16th chapter. All praise be to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, good honors to the elder apostle of the great millstone who told me his word. I left off at verse 30. We're going to read from the 28th verse and then continue at verse 30. All right?
For of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves, and in the For of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves, and in the clefts of the rocks, as in an orchard of olives. Upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives. Or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so in those days there shall be.
Okay, so verse 30, it says, or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. So it's talking about, as you read in 28, it says that there shall be 10 left in the city, because of all the events that will be taking place within the cities. The cities are going to get cut off from food, there's going to be a lot of killing going on. So America in these days will be totally different. Okay, it's not going to be like what you have now. It'll be more of a martial law imposed country, a every man for himself type of situation.
Even so in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel therefore. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms, the women shall mourn, having no husbands.
That's a direct link with Isaiah the 3rd chapter, towards the end of Isaiah the 3rd chapter, it speaks about how the women will become widows because their husbands were killed in these wars. And that's prophecy. That's what's coming. And then this is before the destruction. Before the thermonuclear destruction wastes America. We're going to have a lot of civil wars and insurrections going on. People looking for food. You could look at movies like The Road, the Book of Eli. Well, the Book of Eli and The Road, those are considered what they call post-apocalyptic. In other words, the missiles hit already, and they're living after that missile hit, those bombs hit. But in America, in this continent that was formerly known as America, there will be no one left. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a big old giant desert.
The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms.
Right, and this is before the great destruction. You know, there's going to be a lot of killing going on in the cities of America, man, because you're going to have people, you know, trying to survive. You know, it says the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms, and women shall mourn, having no husbands. And that's when the men of the Lord are going to be precious. That's when the 7 women shall take hold of one man, like it says in Isaiah, the 4th chapter, saying we shall eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, meaning they're going to make their own clothes. There ain't going to be no Amazon. It's not going to exist in those days, all right, to deliver clothes or any types of item, you know, online. There won't be, the internet would not be operating. You know, it's gonna go back to day one, square one, so to speak, man. Okay, and then the ones that are gonna be thriving are the men of the Lord that trusted in Yahweh outside in His name, and was doing out there doing the work. They were diligent. All right, the Lord is gonna be with them, and people are gonna see that, you know. And these women, they became widows because their husbands died. Obviously, because they didn't worship the Lord, right? They didn't do His work. They didn't have no faith. So the Most High allowed them to perish. They're gonna come over to us, okay? And this is all before the great destruction, before the great deliverance happens.
In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord.
Verse 34 says, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Because famine is coming hot and heavy to America, man. Something that America is known as a land of plenty, you know, but the years of leanness is coming, where there won't be no food, man, for these people out here. The grocery stores will shut down, and this is when they're gonna implement. Or by this point, they would have already implemented the chip. Okay, and the people that sold out, took the chip, they're gonna be sustained, I guess, by this system, and then the system's gonna turn on the ass. Then the men of the Lord, the people of the Lord who have faith in the Lord, they will be fed, because the Lord will take care of them, because they didn't sell out and take that chip. Okay. And the RFID implantable microchip is the mark of the beast, man. All right, there's nothing else out there that can be put in a person and integrate with everything, right? The Internet of Things.
Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it, believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month.
It says, behold, the plagues draweth nigh and are not slack. So these things are coming. You know, that's why you gotta day in and day out pray to the Lord, study His word, do the work, so that you'll be ready, right? Knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. Okay, that's how you prepare yourself. The rest the Lord will take care of, man, like protecting you and all that, man. But we're coming into the year 2021. Might very well be the year when they mandate the chip, bring the famines, and announce more plagues, man. So there's nothing but death coming. It's a serious time we're living in, man. So I'm gonna leave off there. Part 5. I know these are some short little lessons, but bear with me. Okay, so 2nd Esdras, the 16th chapter. We left off at the 30th verse. The 38th verse. Shalom.